All right, let's see. I've got everybody on, so we're going to get started. Let's find our way to a comfortable seat today. So go ahead and find if you have a block, that's awesome. You can put a block underneath your bum here. If not, you can just find a comfortable seat. So nice little crisscross, one leg in front of the other. Take some time just to recenter here. Good. Allow your eyes to close. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Settling into your seat. I want you to feel your spine grow here. Each vertebrae separating, the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. We're going to discipline the breath before we discipline the body today. Good. Inhale through the nose. Reach that crown of the head up. The air climbs all the way up to the crown. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Coming all the way up the spine as the breath travels all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, let it go. This time, close your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keeping that mouth closed. Heating the body with the breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keeping that breath, allow the eyes to flutter open. We're just going to take our hands down by our sides and slowly begin to reach that right ear towards the right shoulder. So your hands can be tented down by your sides. Good. Reach up and grab with the right hand, grab the top of the crown of the head, and just allow the elbow, the arm to stretch out that left side. Maybe your eyes close, maybe they don't. Finding your breath, really focused on that inhale. Closing your mouth, warming the body with the exhale. 2 more here. Slowly coming back to center. Releasing that right hand down, reaching the left hand up, left ear goes to left shoulder. Feel the stretch. Focus on the breath. Through the nose, inhaling. Through the nose, exhale. Take 2 more. Slowly coming back to center. Releasing the hands down, crown of the head reaches, chin goes in towards your chest, and we're just going to roll from side to side. Good. Slowly coming back to center. Gaze forward, look forward. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Begin to reach your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you exhale, begin to relax your shoulders down. Inhale, reach your shoulders up. Exhale, relax them down. Good. One more. Inhale, reach those shoulders up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, rest them down. Good. Shoulders are stretched. Your neck is stretched. Let's focus on activating the spine and juicing up the spine here. So inhale, sweep your arms up. exhale, your left hand's going to go to the outside of your right thigh. Your right hand's going to go behind you, opening up the chest here. Good. You won't need any props for this class today. Always, if you have a block, it just makes the practice a little more comfortable. Good. Bringing the floor a little closer. Slowly coming back to center. Reach up. Find length. And then exhale, begin to take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Good. Coming back to center. On your exhale, fold forward. Feel the length in your body. If you have a block underneath of you, maybe you want to release your bum down to the mat and release the block out from underneath of you. Find your breath. Close your eyes and find stillness. Maybe you want to rest your forehead down to the ground. Maybe you want to clasp your hands together and rest your forehead on your thumbs here. What feels good to you? Stay there, close your eyes, and just recenter, refocus. In life, there are always opportunities for us to become victims. These opportunities come with many different disguises. It could be a health issue, a family situation, a work thing. But in the end, it's all about rising above these opportunities. Today, I want you to unleash your inner superhero, taking your practice to its strongest level, honoring your body, honoring your strength. Good. On your next inhale, begin to walk your hands back. Have a comfortable seat one last time. Good. And then we're just going to make sure we're shifted towards the front of our mat here. I'm going to release my mic for a moment. And then just begin to reach your fingers towards the front of the room as your toes begin to rise up, or your heels begin to rise up, and you're on your tiptoes here. Activate your core, lift your belly. Good. Reach your fingers forward, open up the chest, and we're just going to lean back 1 inch. Good. Maybe our right foot begins to lift up off the mat. Activate the thighs, maybe the left. You're in your boat pose. Breathing. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Slowly begin to reach your toes towards the front of the room and your fingers towards the back. Good. Hovering here. Slowly rise back up, coming back into your boat pose. We're going to find that hover again. So hovering the heels, hovering the shoulders, coming back up into our boat pose. One last time, and this time we'll lower all the way down. Hovering, lowering all the way down. Relaxing all the way down to your mat. Take a moment just to recenter, refocus. Find strength. Breathe. And then we're going to take a bound angle pose here, or your butterfly pose, but recline this time. So your palms of your feet are going to touch. Your knees are splaying out. And we're just going to take a moment and just be here, allowing the hips to open. If you have blocks and you love them, you can place them underneath of your knees here, just to bring the floor a little closer. Find your breath again. Good. Now I want you to just begin to flutter your eyes open. Reach your palms up towards the sky. So you're going to flex in your hands. Press the palms up towards the sky as if you were standing on the ceiling here. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Lift in the shoulders. Lift in the head. Activate the core. Good. Reach a little more. For 3, for 2, for 1, slowly lower back down. Good. Keeping those feet together. Activate your core. Lift the lower belly. Reach those fingers up towards the sky. Good. Shoulders come up off of the mat. Good. And begin to lift your feet up off of the mat and bring your knees into your triceps. So to do this, you're going to find a nice lift and a squeeze at the same time, activating that lower belly. Breathing. For 3, 2, 1. Reach, reach, reach. Find length. Exhale, come back. Squeeze. For 3, for 2, for 1. Reach, reach, reach. Find length. Exhale, come back. Last time, I swear. Squeezing, lifting, breathing. Lower all the way down. Release. Find your breath. We're going to play with that in a different direction throughout our practice. That is your crow pose recline today. Good. And we're going to build on to that every single time as we practice today. Coming back to your strength. Releasing all fear. Good. On your next inhale, begin to bring your knees into your chest. Give your body a big hug. Maybe you want to shift side to side here just to release any tension you had in your lower back. And then find stillness. Begin to rock forward and back until you can find your way to a comfortable seat. Once you get there, go ahead and find your way to tabletop. I'm going to adjust my mic again. Announcement that you don't need, sorry. Good, everybody's in their tabletop. And from here, we're just going to find our cat-cow pose. So just warm up the spine a little bit more. We've twisted it. We've worked it. But let's just warm it up a little more. For your inhale, begin to drag your chest forward. Tailbone lifts. Shoulders open. On your exhale, begin to bring your knee or your chin into your chest. Shoulder blades press up towards the sky as they open. Good. Inhale, open up. Lift up. Exhale, chin in, shoulder blades go up. Close your eyes, find your breath for the last 3. Close your mouth and find your breath for the last 2. Good. Coming back to your neutral spine. Begin to curl the right toes under and press that right foot towards the back of the room. Your left hand is going to reach towards the front as your right foot lifts. Good. Pressing into that right hand, activating that right glute. Squeezing. And then begin to bring your right or left elbow to your right knee, squeezing it in, pressing the shoulder blades up. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bring it in. Find your breath through your nose. On your exhale, warm the body. On your inhale, bring in energy. After your third one, release the right hand down or left hand down, release the right knee down. And we're just switching sides. So left toes are going to curl under, right hand's going to reach forward, left foot's going to lift. Exhaling, bringing it in. Knee to elbow, inhale, reach. 2 more. Last one. Lower it back down. And we're going to add on from here. So from here, what I'd like you to do is come back to your table and then begin to reach that left hand out towards the left. Curl the right toes under, press the right foot towards the back of the room. Good. We're going to begin to take that right knee to that right elbow. So bringing it in, pressing it back, reaching, bringing it in, pressing it back. Exhale as you bring it in. Inhale as you press back. 2 more. 1 more. Slowly lower it back down. This time, right hand's going to go out towards the right. Good. Left foot's going to reach towards the back of the room. And we're just taking the left knee to the left elbow on the exhale, finding length on the inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach back. Three more. Two. And 1. Plant the right hand down. Plant the left knee down. Press into your hips. Sit back onto your heels. Rest your forehead down to the mat. Find your child's pose. Slowly walk your hands back to your knees. Press into your hands and scroll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Finding a nice, comfortable seat. Close your eyes for a moment and just be. Be still. Recenter. Good. Coming back into your tabletop pose. Curl the toes under. Press the belly towards the thighs. Hover the knees. Good. And slowly begin to lift your hips up towards the sky, finding your very first downward facing dog. And the first one's always a doozy. So maybe you want to go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Maybe shift the hips from side to side, opening up the side body. What feels good to you? And then begin to soften your knees. Look forward, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, begin to rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. Coming back to your intention. Feeling your feet sink into the mat. Letting them strengthen your mind. Strengthen your body. Strengthen your balance. We are rooted. We are anchored in. And we are ready to move. Allow your eyes to flutter open. On your inhale, begin to sweep your hands up to frame your ears and sit down into your chair. Good. Once you get there, I want you to look down. Can you see your toes? Good. If not, shift back onto the heels a little here. Find your breath. Begin to press all the weight into your right foot and step the left foot to the back of the mat, bending in the front knee. Coming into your high crescent lunge. And now we're just going to begin to hover that left knee down. And then on your inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Last one, lower all the way down. This time, lowering your knee all the way down to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Press your hips down and forward, opening up. Staying here in your Anjaneyasana, opening up the body. Good. Hands go to heart center. On your next exhale, begin to twist towards the right side of the room. Drop your left elbow to your right thigh. Use the left elbow to press your heart center towards your hands. Find your breath. Slowly coming back to center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, plant your hands to frame the foot. Straighten in the front leg and flex in that right foot. Maybe rock side to side here. Open up the body. Find your breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Sink in. On your next inhale, begin to bend in the knee and begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Good. Plant your hands to frame that right foot. Curl the back toes under to lift the back knee. Step the right back to meet the left. Do your vinyasa here. Lower down. Upward facing dog. Press back. Hips lift. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. Then begin to soften your knees. Look forward, step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Palms begin to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. Good. Inhale, sit down into your chair. Lots of these today, lots of chair poses. Good. Keep the chair, keep the bend as you begin to step that right foot to the back of the room. Good. Lowering down to a hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time lower it all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Open up the body. Hands drag down to heart center as we slowly begin to twist towards the left this time. Dropping your right elbow to your left thigh. Press into your elbow. Open up the body here. Slowly begin to unwind. Reach your hands up. Find your breath. On your exhale, straighten in the front leg. Flex in the front foot. Find your half split, your Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathing. Maybe you want to shift your hips from side to side here. What feels good to you? Good. Bend in the front knee. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. Plant your hands to frame the left foot. Curl the back toes under to lift the back knee. Good. Step the left back to meet your right. Do your vinyasa here. Or press straight to downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Look forward, step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, half lift. Exhale, fold. You're forward folding here, and I want you to separate your feet 2 fist width distances apart. So take your fist and place them right in between your feet, giving yourself a little more length. Good. And then I want you to take your peace fingers and take them to the inside of your big toe, underneath your big toe, and then use your thumb to wrap around, taking your yogi toe grip here. On your inhale, find length in your spine. Lift the lower belly. On your exhale, hinge at the waist, full forward. Take 2 more breaths here. Make them worth it. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Good. Release your hands down and begin to separate your feet a mat's width distance apart. So heel toe those feet apart, a mat's width distance. Coming into your malasana, so begin to shift your tailbone down towards the sky or ground, and then begin to take your elbows to the insides of your thighs. Place the palms of your hands together and open up. Good. If this feels awful to you and you have a block handy, just take the block and place it right underneath both cheeks. Good. And all of a sudden, you've got a nice stretch, a nice restorative stretch. What feels good to you? Go there. We're going to take 3 big breaths here, really taking some time to settle in. And then begin to plant your hands down and lift your bum up towards the sky. Find that forward fold. Good. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back, coming into your high plank. Good. From here, take 2 more breaths. Activate the core. Activate the shoulders. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Good. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Soften your knees and look forward. You can step, you can walk, you can float to the top of the mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, begin to rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. Take 1 big, deep inhale and let it all out. Good. On your next inhale, begin to sit down into your chair. Good. Find your breath. Activate your core. Lift the lower belly. And then begin to step that left foot to the back of the mat. Coming into your high crescent lunge this time. Hands are going to begin to touch. Palms are going to touch. Drag your hands down to heart center. And then we're just going to turn towards the right side of the room. Turn, turn, turn. Find the twist. Good. Drop the left elbow to the right thigh. Open up. Slowly begin to unwind. Sweeping your arms back up. Press into your right foot. Step the right foot to the top of the mat. Come back into your chair. Good. Press into the left. Lift the right. Step the right foot back this time. Good. Hands begin to touch. Dragging down to heart center. Slowly begin to twist towards the left this time. Drop the right elbow to the left thigh. Good. Spread them out here if you need to. Good. Finding your twist. Finding your breath. Slowly begin to rise, unwind, sweep your hands up. Good. Still bending in that front knee. Press into that front foot and step back up into your chair. Good. On your exhale, begin to fold. Hinging at the waist, folding forward. Our last forward fold, we took a Pada Gustasana, which was the yogi toe grip. This time I want you to separate your feet that fist width distance apart. And we're going to take Pada Hastasana. So bend deep into your knees. Place the palm of your right hand underneath your right foot and the palm of your left underneath your left. Press into the toes. Maybe even feel like your heels are hovering here. Activate the core. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold, hinge. Your elbows are going to come out as if you had elephant ears here. Good. Breathing. Taking time in these forward folds. Feeling the length in the spine. If you choose, you can straighten your legs a bit more and reach that tailbone up towards the sky. Take 3 more breaths here. Release the hands. Begin to heel toe those feet, a mat's width distance apart. Find your malasana or your yogi squat. So slowly sit your tailbone down towards the ground. Palms of the hands are together. Open up the hips here. Lift up. Good. Chest is lifted. Hips are open. Palms are pressing together. Good. Now we're going to begin to play with our crow pose now. So we're going to do this a couple of times just to get some comfort and some practice in. So our palms are going to press down onto the mat, maybe even in front of your mat, about a foot away from your feet. You're going to lift your tailbone up a little and then begin to heel toe those feet in just enough to bring your knees into your armpits. Good. And then look forward. We're not lifting, we're not rising, we're just shifting forward up onto our tiptoes here. Just your tiptoes. Good. And from here, maybe your right toe lifts. Just a little, nothing serious. For 3, for 2, for 1. Lower the right toe down. Place your hands a little bit closer to your feet and then step your left foot back, step your right foot back to your high plank. Shift forward if you choose. Lower down chaturanga. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Take 3 big, beautiful breaths here. After your third exhale, begin to soften your knees. Look forward. Step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. Take 3 breaths here. Good. Inhale. Sweep your arms up to frame your ears this time. And guess what? Sit down into your chair. Make it a deep one. So maybe reach your fingers down towards the mat and drop your bum down so that your fingers can touch. Good. Lift the chest. And then hands go to heart center. Keep your chair. Breathing. And then from here, we're just going to begin to shift our weight or shift our torso. So twisting towards the right side and dropping that left elbow to the right thigh. Good. Press into your hands. Activate your core. You've got a twist, right? Here's where it gets fun. Press into that right foot. Lift the left up onto the tippy toes. And then we're just stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Take your time. If at first you don't succeed, try it again. You can do it. Staying here for 3, for 2, 1 more. Slowly unwinding, coming back to your high crescent lunge. Straightening in the front leg, dropping the back heel down to the mat, finding your breath. On your exhale, begin to hinge at the waist and just fold forward, maybe laying your hands on your thigh here. Good, feeling the stretch in your glutes. Good. Or maybe you begin to walk your hands down your shin to your foot. What feels good to you? The floor, your choice. Find your breath. On your next inhale, find a half lift. Keep the half lift, press into the right foot, and rise up onto the tiptoes of the left. Reach your fingers towards the back of the room, actively reaching, opening up the chest, and begin to lift that left foot towards the back of the room. Crown of the head reaches towards the front. Hands can go wherever you choose today. Find one more breath. Maybe another. Bend in the knee, come back to your high crescent lunge. Good. Press into that right foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Meet me in chair pose. Good. We have another side. We got this. Find your breath. Lower down. Maybe just test to see if your tips of your fingers can brush the sides here. Coming back to your chair, hands go to heart center. Slowly begin to twist towards the left. Good. Drop the right elbow to the left thigh. Open up the chest. And begin to step that right foot to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Opening up. Take one more breath here. Your choice whether you want to take that gaze to that left shoulder or not. Slowly begin to unwind. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Straighten in the front leg. Drop the back heel. Hinge at the waist. Crown of the head reaches. Fingers reach. And your hands can land thigh, calf, or shin. Ankle. Your choice. Relax the head down and just breathe. Slowly find your half lift. Hands begin to reach towards the back of the room, pressing into that left foot. Reach the right foot towards the back of the room. Crown of the head reaches towards the front. Finding your warrior 3. For 3. And 2. And 1. Slowly lower back down to your high crescent lunge. You're almost there. Begin to press into the left foot. Step back up into your chair pose. Good. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Your choice how you forward fold this time. We've done Padagustasana with our yogi toe grip. Padahastasana with our hands underneath. Another fun one here is to separate your feet about a hip's width distance apart. Hinge at the waist, fold forward. Wrap your elbows around your thighs. And then thread your fingers through and grab opposite shins here. Almost as if you were creating an X with your wrist. Enjoy the forward fold for 3 more breaths. On your third breath, release your hands down to the mat. Separate your feet a mat's width distance apart and sit your bum down towards the mat. Coming into your malasana, your yogi squat. Take a couple of breaths here and begin to set yourself up to play with your crow pose. So your hands are going to press into the ground about a foot away from your feet. Your bum's going to lift up towards the sky. Your knees are going to come in towards your armpits and squeeze in. Activate the lower belly. Shift forward, coming up onto our tiptoes. Maybe our left toes lift. For 3, for 2, for 1, lower the left toes down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Find your breath. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So if you want another vinyasa before we finish, take it. We're going to open up our hips a little bit more and then focus on our crow pose one more time and then tons of stretching today. So begin to lift that right foot up towards the back of the room. Bend in the knee, open up the hips, stack the right hip over the left. Press into your hands to activate that left side body. Good. Take that right foot towards the back of the room. The right knee is coming towards the right wrist. And the right ankle is coming towards the left, coming into your pigeon pose. So slide that knee forward, curl the back toes under, and slowly shift the back knee back. Lowering that right hip towards the ground. If it doesn't make it, a block feels awesome here. Find your stretch. So you can play here. If you feel good sitting right here in your pigeon pose, awesome. If you want to stretch in the quad, bend in that back knee and reach back and just grab the ankle here. If you want to go into a nice lazy pigeon, drop the elbows down and rest the forehead down. Your choice. Your yoga. Take 2 more breaths. Give your body time to settle in. Feel the stretch. Slowly begin to walk your hands back to line up with your shins. Curl the back toes under and begin to step back into your 3-legged downward facing dog. Drop the right foot back down. Shift your hips from side to side, and we're just going to switch sides this time. So left foot's going to lift, left knee's going to bend, opening up here. Straightening in that back leg, reaching those toes towards the back of the room. Left knee is going to go towards the wrist. Left ankle towards the other, finding your pigeon pose. Curl the toes under and shift that back knee towards the back of the mat. And again, your choice where you are here. Maybe you want to press into the left hand and reach back and grab that right foot. Maybe this feels awesome. Or stay here. Any pressure on the lower back, drop to your elbows here. or blocks. What feels good to you? Staying here for 5 breaths. Slowly begin to walk your hands to frame your shins, or right in front of your shin, your left shin. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Step back into your 3-legged dog. Good. Drop the left foot down to meet the right. Take 3 breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Find strength on your inhale. On your exhale, let all the fears go. Then begin to soften your knees and look forward. You can step, you can walk, or you can float to the top of your mat. Your choice. When you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Last time, separate your feet a mat's width distance apart. Sitting down into your malasana, so your hips are going to shift down, your elbows are going in towards your thighs, opening up the chest here. Take 2 more breaths here, and then we're going to plant our hands about a foot away from our feet. Lift our bum up towards the sky. Lift the lower belly. Knees go in towards the armpits. Squeeze the knees in towards the triceps. Look forward. Maybe you want to play 1 toe at a time here. Shift forward. Look forward. Press into your hands. Shift. 1 toe at a time. Maybe both toes lift this time. Your choice. Take a little time here and play in your crow pose. I find a pillow in front of my head when I first get started. Makes me less afraid. And when you're ready and you're finished, step back into your downward facing dog. We're staying here for 5 breaths, so feel free to play a little longer if you choose. On your 5th breath, bend the knees. Drop your knees to the mat. Big toes touch. Knees separate. Coming into your child's pose. Begin to shift forward onto your belly here. Drop your elbows right underneath of your armpits. Plant your hands onto the mat. Activate your glutes. Press your tailbone towards the back of the room. Elbows are right underneath of your shoulders. Hands are on the mat. Press your heart towards the front of the room. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. Lift the lower belly. Activate the core. This is your Sphinx pose. Get lazy in your Sphinx. Let your chest cave down and relax. Shoulders are still up, but I want you to find that stretch in your neck. So from here, just begin to take your chin toward your chest. Find a nice lazy Sphinx pose. Press those shoulders back. Good. Find your breath. If you have a nice healthy neck, you can shift your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe your left. Rolling over to the left side if you choose. Rocking side to side if this feels good to you. Taking 2 more side to sides here. or find stillness, whatever your body needs. And then begin to rise back up. Reach your fingers, lower your belly all the way down. Chest goes down, forehead goes down to the mat. We're going to begin to open up the shoulders here. So what I'd like you to do is take that left hand and place it right underneath of your left shoulder. Begin to take that right hand out to a T. I've got a nice wall in the way, but right hand out to a T or goalpost here if that feels better to you. And then just begin to shift the weight onto your right hip. Good. Rising up onto your side here. Good. So you're going to have that arm stretched out behind you, and you can take that left foot and step it behind the right to make the stretch a little deeper here. Really focus on stretching out that right shoulder, opening up. We did a lot of chest exercises. We want to take care of our bodies after that. Good. Slowly rolling back to our belly. Take the left hand out in front of you. Press the right hand underneath the right shoulder, and we're just shifting in the opposite direction. So slowly shifting onto the left hip. Take the right foot, step it behind the left. Drop the forehead or the left ear down to the mat. Your choice what you do with this other hand. Some like to reach back and try to interlace the two behind you. What? Whatever works for you. 4, 3. Finding your breath. Recentering your mind. And you're done. Releasing, unwinding, coming back to your torso. Good. We're going to take our hands and place them right underneath of our shoulders. And we're just going to shift back into our child's pose. Maybe rocking side to side here. Whatever feels good to you. Resting your forehead onto the mat for a moment. Shifting into your table. Good. We're going to take that right hand and we're going to thread it right underneath the left armpit. So right hand's going to go underneath the left armpit, dropping the right ear down to the mat, feeling the stretch in the outside of the right shoulder now. Good. Now the left hand can begin to walk forward towards the front of the mat. And as you do this, focus on that left shoulder blade, pressing it down and in towards the spine. Opening up the left shoulder while the right shoulder is stretching. Stretching in 2 different directions. Slowly creep your fingers back. Reach that right hand, press into the left, reach the right hand up. Drop it back down. And just switching sides here. So left hand's going to reach up, thread under, drop the left shoulder and the left cheek down to the mat. Good. Right fingers are going to climb towards the front. Press the right shoulder blade down towards the hips and in towards the spine, opening up here. Slowly walk your right fingers back. Underneath the shoulder, press into the right hand. Lift the left hand up. Exhale, place it down. Shift your weight back to your heels. Sit onto your heels. And then we're just going to drop a cheek down to the mat. The one's on the bottom. Good. Reach your feet towards the front of the room and shift your weight towards the front. Good. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is take that right foot and place it to the inside of the left thigh. Have some fun here, adjusting my pants, sorry. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Shift that weight towards the left thigh and hinge at the waist, fold forward. Good. Your hands can land beside your leg. beside your foot, or you can begin to reach towards the foot. Find a stretch. Pressing that right knee into the mat. Pressing the left hip towards the back. Feeling it in that left glute. Finding your breath. On your inhale, rise back up. Good. I want you to take the right foot and just place it right on top of the left thigh. Inhale, sweep up. It's a deeper stretch here. You're going to feel this more in that right glute. Exhale, shift forward. Hinge at the waist, fold forward. Good. Wherever this feels good to you. Take one more breath. On your next inhale, slowly begin to rise back up. Keeping the same form with your legs, begin to bend in the left knee and place the palm of the left foot onto the mat. And begin to shift that left foot all the way back towards the left glute. Good. From here, place your hands down by your side, and we're just going to shift that right foot towards the left side, finding a twist. Siri wanted to know what a twist was. Good. Press that right glute into the mat. Good. So you got a foot, this foot, left foot to right cheek, right foot crossing over. Press into that right foot. Wrap your arm around the left thigh or the left knee, or place your arm in front of it, whatever feels good to you, and find your twist. So begin to shift that right hand towards the spine, opening up here. Releasing, unwinding. Stretching both feet out in front of you. Place the palms of your feet together, finding your butterfly pose. Look at your feet. Maybe open them up so that they look like you're reading a book here, to open your hips up a bit more. Feel the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. Begin to hinge at the waist and fold forward. Inhale, rising back up, straightening in the legs, maybe shaking out those legs a little bit here, maybe tapping them, whatever feels good to you. And when you're done, left foot's going to go in towards the right thigh. Good. Finding both sits bones. Begin to sweep your hands up to frame your ears. Find length. Maybe twist your torso towards that right leg and hinge at the waist. Fold forward. On your inhale, rising back up. Begin to cross that left foot over the right thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hinge. Reach. Good. On your next inhale, begin to rise up. Begin to plant the palm of the right foot onto the mat. Maybe reach down and shift that right foot all the way in towards your hip. Good. And then from here, we're just going to take that left foot and plant it onto the right side of the mat. Press the left glute into the mat. Wrap your hands around that left knee and then begin to take your left hand and place it back behind your spine. Open up the chest. Find the twist here. Find one more breath. Unwinding, releasing, reaching both feet out in front of you. Good. Begin to find your way to the center of your mat. So scoot your bum towards the center of your mat. Good. You can plant your feet out in front of you, bend in the knees. Begin to reach your fingers towards the front of the room. Open up the chest, and we're just shifting back 1 inch. Opening up the chest. Shifting back another. Maybe lift up onto the tiptoes. Release the heels off of the mat. Good. Shift another. Good. If you choose, you can reach the right toes towards the front of the room. Shift another. If you choose, the left toes can reach. Shift another. 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 Until you're all the way down to your mat. Once you get there, maybe you need a nice full body stretch, reaching your toes towards the back of the room and your fingers towards the back and your toes towards the front. Find your breath. Settling in. Begin to bring both knees into your chest and give your body a big hug. Maybe shifting from side to side here, settling into your mat. Taking whatever final stretches you may need or want to find your way to Shavasana. I like to settle my spine into the mat with a happy baby here. Maybe you want a nice reclined twist here. What feels good to you? And when you're ready, slowly find your way to your Shavasana. Take your time, finish your stretches, whatever your body needs. When you're ready, your right heel rests out towards the right side of your mat. Your left heel rests out towards the left. Your palms are going to rest up towards the sky as your back of the hands rest onto the mat. Feeling the body sink into the mat here. Allowing your eyes to close as you begin to feel the tension release from your toes, your ankles, your shins, relaxing in your kneecaps, your thighs, your hips. Feeling the belly rise and fall with your breath. Feeling the chest expand and shrink, allowing your collarbone to smile as your shoulders begin to relax. All the way down to your fingers. Your throat begins to soften with a next swallow. Teeth part, lips separate, And your tongue falls away from the roof of your mouth. Your eyes are closed as you take that internal gaze, that space right in between your eyebrows, coming back to your intention. Feeling your face relax. Feeling your whole body relax. Staying here for 15 breaths. Coming back to our intention. Our lives are full of opportunities for us to become victims. These opportunities come with many different disguises. It could be a health issue, a family situation, a work thing. But in the end, it's all about rising above these opportunities. I am driven by every woman I know who worked more, accepted less, and wished for better. You are your own greatest hope. Don't wait for a fairy godmother. Be your own darn superhero. Suit up and fly. Begin to deepen your breathing. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe rolling your ankles and your wrist. Maybe you want one of those nice big full body stretches, reaching your fingers towards the back of the room and your toes towards the front. And when you're ready, bringing your knees into your chest, giving your body a big hug. Maybe rocking side to side here. And then begin to shift onto whatever side you choose. Slowly finding your way back to a comfortable seat. Once you get there, find stillness. Allow your eyes to close. Your hands can go to heart center. Palms begin to touch. Thumb knuckles press in towards your heart center. Chest lifts. As you take that gaze back to that space right in between your eyebrows. Find your breath again. Inhaling through the nose. This time open your mouth and let it all go. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Here's to being your own darn superhero. Suit up and fly. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.